Las Fierbinți has always been a masterful exploration of rural life, a canvas on which the absurdities, the joys, and the misfortunes of ordinary people are painted with vivid detail. In the episode Norocul, the concept of luck is dissected and examined not only through the overt actions of the characters, but also through subtle narrative devices that weave the theme into every scene. The episode begins with a seemingly trivial event, a small lottery ticket won by one of the village residents, which sets off a chain reaction of events that reveal the deeper character traits and social dynamics of the town. What makes this episode particularly compelling is the way the writers transform a simple story of fortune into a layered commentary on human behavior, community relationships, and the role of chance in our lives. The opening scene is shot in the village square, a setting that has become iconic for the series, where every stone, every tree, and every building carries the memory of past antics. Here, the cinematography does more than capture the action. It creates a sense of familiarity and intimacy. The camera lingers on the faces of the villagers, allowing the audience to absorb the subtle expressions of curiosity, envy, and excitement. The protagonist, with his characteristic mixture of cunning and innocence, discovers his good fortune in a way that feels both natural and inevitable. What stands out in this sequence is not only the narrative pacing, but also the careful attention to small gestures, the twitch of an eyebrow, a hesitant step forward, or the nervous shuffling of feet. These details convey the tension and anticipation surrounding what could otherwise have been a simple comedic moment. As the plot unfolds, the writers cleverly juxtapose moments of triumph with moments of failure, highlighting the precarious nature of luck. A neighbor's reaction, initially supportive, gradually transforms into subtle competition, and the camera captures these shifts with a fluidity that reinforces the theme. In one particularly memorable scene, the protagonist attempts to share his fortune with the community, but is met with a mixture of skepticism and envy. The framing of the scene emphasizes the social dynamics at play, with villagers strategically positioned to create visual tension, mirroring the narrative conflict. Humor in Las Fierbinți often arises from human folly, yet in this episode, it is layered with pathos, reminding the audience that luck can illuminate the best and worst in people. I recall once visiting a small Romanian village and observing a communal game of chance. The way neighbors cheered and teased each other mirrored the interactions in this episode perfectly. This personal connection adds depth to the viewing experience, allowing one to see beyond the scripted lines into the authenticity of human behavior. The middle of the episode introduces a series of misunderstandings that escalate the narrative tension. The protagonist's attempts to manipulate circumstances to his advantage reveal both his cleverness and his vulnerability. These sequences are crafted with a rhythm reminiscent of classical farce, yet grounded in realistic reactions. The use of pacing, alternating between rapid-fire dialogue and longer contemplative shots, serves to heighten the stakes while providing breathing space for character development. Comparisons to other works in the series, or even to similar European comedic narratives, are inevitable. Las Fierbinți distinguishes itself by its combination of earthy humor, intricate social observation, and nuanced character development. Where other series might rely solely on punchlines, this episode uses the theme of luck to explore interpersonal relationships, community cohesion, and moral ambiguity. One scene that particularly exemplifies this is a late-night confrontation in the tavern, where whispers, glances, and half-spoken sentences convey more than any overt dialogue. The director's choice to employ close-ups at critical moments allows the audience to read the unspoken thoughts of the characters, creating an intimacy that is both engaging and unsettling. The resolution of the episode does not provide neat closure, reflecting the unpredictable nature of fortune itself. The protagonist experiences both gain and loss, and the audience is left to contemplate the true meaning of luck. Is it merely chance, or is it intertwined with human ingenuity, community support, and moral choice? The episode concludes with a return to the village square, echoing the opening scene. Yet now, every familiar face carries new layers of experience, reminding viewers that life in La Fierbinți is a perpetual interplay of comedy, drama, and subtle reflection. Watching this episode reminds me of times when small, unexpected events altered the course of daily life in ways that were both humorous and enlightening. This resonance between art and lived experience is what elevates Norocul from a simple comedic episode to a thoughtful meditation on the role of chance in human existence.